in Restrepo Meta. It's near to Villavicencio. I ex-married. I have 3 children. And actually, I'm working in a school. I'm a teacher. And I'm studying English at UNAT in B2 level. And the idea is to improve my level and improve my personal profile and accurate CV for future. I getting the best opportunity in other labor, if possible in other city. I like to practice sports.
What do you teach? Do you teach, Jimmy?
What?
What do you teach?
Spanish.
What subject do you teach?
Spanish.
Okay, you are a Spanish teacher. Okay, continue, Jimmy. What do you like to do?
I do like practice sports, football, and reading the books in Spanish and English Spanish. It's a good tool for me for practice my language.
Okay, well, you, of course, you are a Spanish teacher, so you like literature, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You practice soccer, football, and you play soccer? You play football?
No, sometimes practice.
Okay.
It's more for I enjoy.
Public school. Okay. Do you work in a private or in a public school?
Private.
Private school. Okay.
Yes.
What grades do you teach?
And high school to the 7th grade to 11th grade.
Okay. For instance, in seventh grade, how many students are there in your class?
Okay, more or less per grade is 25 to 28 is more or less 120 students.
Okay. And do you teach only Spanish or do you teach another subject?
Yes, teacher, at moment, only Spanish. And sometimes for a English teacher for a problem, for the health, or work situation personal, I have to him teach English in the level A1 and A2.
Okay, did you study English? I don't know, maybe you took some courses, or I don't know, at the university you took some English courses.
Yes, I applied various and several courses at SINA and Center Language in Villavicencio, the University Unillanos, and children UNAT. It's unbelievable for me and it's a capacity for the teach help other teachers, for example, in my school.
Okay. In your school, in the school where you work, do the children like English?
Yes, the majority yes, and a percent 10 to 100. I could say 60% my students I like the language, and the other so.
Okay. Okay, but it's a good number. Okay, thanks, Jimmy, for sharing some information about yourself, about what you do for a living, teaching. Okay. Now we have 3 students. We have Carol, Jimmy, and Kiara. Carol, is that your name, Carol? Is it correct, your name?
Hi, teacher. Excuse me, I didn't listen you. And where can you repeat?
This is your name, Carol?
No, my name is Ana Carolina.
Okay, I'm going to change your name because here it says Carol. So your name is Ana Carolina, right? Like this. Ana Carolina, this is the first time you're here with us in this session.
No, teacher. It's my second time. I was in the first class, last class.
Okay, you were last week.
Yes.
You were here last week. So, okay, so we're going to start. Today I'm going to start with a little exercise of a tongue twister. I don't know if you understand, if you know what a tongue twister is. Ana Carolina, Jimmy, and Kiara, do you know what a tongue twister is? Yes or no, guys? You know?
No,
No, actually.
I don't know.
For me, yes. I want it.
Okay, Jimmy knows. And Kiara, you know what is a tongue twister?
No, no, teacher.
Okay, so yes, that's in Spanish, tongue twister is a trabalenguas. The word tongue twister consists of two words. Tongue, the part of the body, this one, this part of the body, the tongue, and twister is the meaning of twister is a natural or a nature phenomenon. In Spanish is tornado. Tornado. There are some movies which has this name, tornado or twister. So when we say tongue twister, it's un trabalenguas, okay? So I'm going to tell you a tongue twister and you are going to listen to that, okay? You are not going to see the tongue twister, you are only going to listen to the tongue twister. After that, I'm going to share with you the script of the tongue twister. So listen to me, guys. The tongue twister says, she sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells. Okay, it's a very short tongue twister in English. And as you could listen to me, there are some sounds which you can listen many times. Those sounds are s and sh, s and sh. Listen to me again. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells. Okay. That's a very common tongue twister in English. And the idea of the tongue twister is to improve the pronunciation. We have to differentiate to make clear about different sounds, but those sounds are similar, no? You listen, for example, she sells seashells. She sells seashells. She sells seashells. You have to understand the difference, and you have to try to pronounce. And the idea of a tongue twister, the objective of a tongue twister is to say it, to tell it faster, no? You have to try to sell it or to tell it faster, as fast as you can, as fast as you can. Now, I'm going to share with you my screenshot, and there you are going to watch, to look at the tongue twister, this one. I have the tongue twister here on YouTube. The URL, the link of YouTube, in order for you to listen to that. But I'm not going to play it here because I have had some trouble, some technical troubles, technical issues with the recordings of YouTube sessions. I don't know why, but I was not able to upload the videos, the recordings of the last session because of the YouTube videos. Acá, bueno, les voy a aclarar. Todas estas sesiones se hacen grabaciones, ¿no? Y se comparten, generalmente las grabaciones se comparten los días viernes. El viernes pasado yo lo subí a YouTube y compartí los videos, las grabaciones, pero entonces hemos tenido problemas que no hemos logrado identificar con el cargue de esas grabaciones a YouTube. A YouTube, sí. Entonces, la semana pasada utilizamos un video de YouTube y yo creería que es por eso que no lo tiene restringido, prohibido. Entonces, esta vez no les voy a proyectar el video a ver si es por eso y si nos deja guardar la grabación sin problema y cargar a YouTube para poder compartirla a todos los estudiantes. Entonces, lo que yo voy a hacer no es a compartir el video como tal, sino que les voy a compartir el enlace para que ustedes en un momento allá, voy a dar un par de minutos para que lo escuchen un par de veces ese video. Entonces, a través del chat, les voy a compartir el video, ustedes lo escuchan allá por su cuenta. Vamos a tratar de evitar entonces ver el video de YouTube, a ver si es eso lo que nos está molestando para subir las grabaciones. Okay, so right now I'm sharing with you the link, the URL of the YouTube video where you can listen and watch the tongue twister. So please play the YouTube video on your computers, on your PC, on your laptops, and then we are going to try to practice how to pronounce that, okay? So let's play it on your computers, guys. I'm going to give you it's very short, it's about 35, 40 seconds, no more, so you can listen to the tongue twister twice, not twice. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes from now. And then we are going to read it.
Ya está activa la ruta de admisión del programa de psicología.
Okay, guys, so I hope you could watch the video at least twice. And now we are going to read. You are going to read, each one of you is going to read the tongue twister. We're going to start with Kiara. Please, Kiara, read. Kiara, can you hear me? Kiara?
Okay, teacher, tell me.
Kiara, can you hear me?
Teacher, I was telling you the tongue wrinkle.
Okay, okay, but now we are going to try to read it. Kiara, please read the tongue twister.
Okay. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells.
Okay, as you could realize, here we are using the sounds, and these sounds are the most common here. No? So you must be very, very careful. For instance, she and she. Okay, she and she. This one. And we have cells and shells. No? Remember that in English, this sound is soft. No, it's soft. It's different in Spanish. No? In Spanish, we have che, no, la che, which is very different. We pronounce that sound strong. No, we say chorizo, chunchuya. No, it says strong, very strong, muy fuerte. Here, when we pronounce this sound in English, it's soft. So here we said she shells, no? Sure, shells, she shells. And here, sure, no? Okay. All of these have the SH, no? SH. Shells, short, shells, she, shells. But here we don't have SH, but this S is pronounced like sh. I'm sure, no? I'm sure. Okay, and let's continue. She, shells, short, sure, shells, short, shells. Okay? That's the emphasize the most important sounds in this tongue twister, no? This tongue twister. Carol, please, could you read the tongue twister?
Okay, teacher. She sells seashells on seashore. The chairs that she sells are the chairs I am sure. So if she sells it chairs on the seashore, I am sure that the chairs are seat.
Short shells. Short shells. Okay, good, Carol. And the last one, Jimmy, that's your turn.
Okay, teacher. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells.
Okay. Okay, as you could watch in the picture, that's the idea of the tongue twister, not that your tongue is mixed, no? It's like a twister, no? Your tongue becomes like a twister, no? And I'm going to read it again. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shell that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells. Okay. That's an exercise that you have to try to do it, to try to improve and to try to read it as fast as you can. And as much faster as you can read it, better. ¿No? La más rápido digamos mejor, but with a good pronunciation. We have to be very careful with the pronunciation. That's the idea of the tongue twister, to be very careful with the pronunciation, to pronounce the tongue twister appropriately, but fast, okay? So you have the link and you can listen to the tongue twister several times and you can pronounce. Remember that there is an exercise in English that is shadowing, that is to try to say the things, the sentences, the words with the same speed of the speaker, ¿no? Hay un ejercicio que es el shadowing, que es como hacer la sombra o hacer la repetición, tratar de hacerlo con la misma velocidad de la persona. Entonces, cuando ustedes empiecen a ejercitar este video de YouTube, a verlo, tratar de decirlo con la misma velocidad que él lo dice, pero it's a big but, that's a big but, hay un gran pero, es tratar de decirlo bien pronunciado, ¿no? She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells. Okay. Okay, so you have that exercise in order for you to do it, to try to do it, to try to improve your pronunciation. The meaning of the tongue twister, it doesn't matter. No? It's not a big deal. It's not important. No, but it's very easy, no, to say, to understand what is the meaning, but it doesn't say too much. She sells seashells on the seashore. No, here they are using a present simple. She sells, no? With an S. She sells. And what does she sell? Seashells. And where does she sell shells? On the seashore. And that's all. That's the most important meaning of the tongue twister, of the meaning of the tongue twister. Okay, guys, so we are going to continue now with some pictures. I'm going to share with you some pictures. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to give you the word to Jimmy. Jimmy, what can you say about this picture? Tell me something about this picture, Jimmy.
Okay, teacher. In this picture, I can see a woman and man. This action to the married and Great Perry and others, maybe some friends, family, or people are invited to the ceremony. And I can, the man, he's wearing brown shoes and maybe it's a brown pant. It's a purple tie. And he's tall, he's young, maybe it's a daddy or 35 years old. And the woman is a very, very beautiful. Has her white dress for the ceremony with flowers, white shoes. I don't exactly shoes. I don't remember how to say tacones, but it's a white shoes.
Tacones is heels, like this, heels.
Okay, heels. Okay, what heels? I can see other people behind them. It's possible. I can see a kid. He's wearing a blue uniform.
Suit.
Yes.
Suit. That's a suit.
Okay, teacher. So.
Yes.
And the right side, the boy, it's a a woman, maybe. Yes, it's a old woman. She's wearing a blue dress, and the left side, a boy. There are two girls, very younger, maybe 14 to 18 years, and they're wearing a white suit for environment. Maybe it's a farm, or there are a lot of trees. Maybe it's a day. For me, it's possible is morning. Behind to the couple there, I can see two men. One is pink with it, with blue, and the other I can see good. And the old people are glad for the ceremony.
Okay.
And no more teacher.
Okay, good, quite well. I realize that you like to speak, and that's great, because that's the idea of this session, not to speak, to try to speak as much as you can, to try to speak as much as you can. It doesn't matter if you make some mistakes. I'm not saying that you are making mistakes, but the idea of this session is to try to speak as much as you can, and it doesn't matter if you make or you don't make mistakes. Okay, here in this picture, I'm going to give you this vocabulary couple. Maybe Jimmy said there was a man and a woman. I'm going to say this, it's a couple, a wedding, get married, and relatives. Remember that the verb, in order to say that two people are getting married, or if we are talking about the past, we say got married. Okay, that's the verb, that's the action, to get married. Okay, that's what this couple is doing, not to get married. And relatives. So I'm going to give you these 4 words, this vocabulary, and Carol, try to make a sentence, Carol, using these 4 words. Okay, Carol? Try to make a sentence using these 4 words, this vocabulary, taking into account, of course, the picture. Go ahead, Carol.
They are a beautiful couple.
Couple.
The wedding was fantastic. They got married in a nature or in a beautiful space, and they was relatives. They was
You know what relatives are, Carol?
No, teacher, I don't. I didn't know the mean relatives.
Okay, relatives is the people who belong to your family. Your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your brother, your sister, those are relatives. Okay? So when we say relatives in Spanish is familiares, no? Familiares. Okay? That's relatives.
Also, there are a lot of relatives.
Okay, there are a lot of relatives in the wedding. No? When we say wedding, it's the ceremony, no? The ceremony. When we say couple, a man or a woman, but nowadays a couple can be a man and a woman, 2 men, 2 women. No? But here in this picture, when we say couple, it's a man and a woman. The wedding is the ceremony. To get married is the action they are doing. They are getting married. And relatives are the person who belong to the family. No? aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, no? Brothers, sister, parents. Okay, now I'm going to add another picture. I'm going to add another picture. Look at this. Here we have two children. Please, Kiara, now you are going to write, no, sorry, to write, not to speak, to tell me about these two pictures, but you are going to join, to link the two pictures, no? So these children are related to this couple, okay? I don't know how, but you are going to try to say if they are their nieces, their cousins, or they are their children, I don't know. You are going to describe both pictures, okay? As it was only one. Okay, go ahead.
So you say okay, I'm gonna try to do what you say. When the couple were getting married, they were enjoying so much their day, and they were so happy. They had a long story before. So then, in that moment, when they were walking in the middle of the relatives, their family, they were memorizing everything they did when they were a child. Because when they were a child, because
They were children.
when they were children, because they meet when they were children, so they remember that day in the beach. So they were doing some classes in the sand, and they were enjoying the day of in the beach. So that was the most favorite moment for them. And then they were so happy. So they were memorizing everything they did that day. It was the most important day for them. And they remember that day as the biggest moment of their lives. So it's something they remembered, they remind in that moment.
Okay, so according to Kiara, this picture, the second one, the picture with the two children, a little boy and a little girl, is related to this another picture because these children were them when they were children. No? That's the linking Kiara created between these two pictures. Now I'm going to give you the opportunity to Jimmy that tried to speak about these three pictures. Listen to me, Jimmy, because you were disconnected for a while, for some seconds, You are going to try to describe these three pictures, but you have to create a relationship between all of them, okay? All of them. This couple is related to these children, and it's related to this place. But I don't know how. You are going to tell us, okay? So the idea is to create like a story taking into account these three pictures. Okay, Jimmy?
Okay, teacher.
Go ahead, guys.
Okay, teacher. I create my story with the three pictures. Okay, result one day, Juana and Sean decide couple and married in a great church in Florida. And you invited all people, our friends and family, to him and to her. Um, and 3 years after that, they had two beautiful and powerful babies, a girl, a boy. A girl is Anna and the boy is Juan. And in the picture is recorded when we're playing in a park in the sand. The result, their planet travel to a great city. In this case, in the around maybe is Europe. I am decided to travel by plane in family and visit the and tourists and citizens in this city, a great city to travel and celebrate the ceremony and to have the children and regards for the moment and exactly decide form a family.
Okay, quite well, Jimmy. So for Jimmy, the couple, after a while, have two boys, and these are the two boys. These are their children, no? These are their children. And this place is where they fly to celebrate as a family. That's what Jimmy was telling. Anyone knows, Jimmy, Carol, or Kiara knows what place is this?
Okay, I don't know what it exactly, and the real life. For me, it's a great city. I don't know, maybe it's Europe or US.
It's a city in the United States of America.
Ah, okay, teacher. Okay.
Say this is a very famous touristic place in the middle of a city called Chicago in the United States. Okay, here is the city is Chicago. This is a picture from Chicago, and this place is a touristic site, a touristic attraction called the Bean. I'm going to write here the name. It's like you thought it was the Bean. Why? Because of the form of the bean, of a bean, no? That's a touristic place. Many people go there to take a picture. Okay, well done, Jimmy. Now I'm going to add another picture. We have here 3 pictures. We have already had here 3 pictures, and I'm going to add another. And Carol, you are going to tell us a story. I don't know if you want to follow the story, the Jimmy's story, or you are going to create a new one. Okay? It's up to you. When I say it's up to you, look at this, it's up to you. It means that it's your choice, no? When I say it's up to you, es depende de usted. It's up to you is an expression that means in Spanish, depende de usted, okay? So it's up to you, Carol, if you want to tell the same story, to continue the Jimmy's story, or if you wanna create a new one, okay? But you are going to have another picture. I'm going to add this one. So you have the couple, you have two children, a boy and a girl, and you have the city, a picture of the city of Chicago. And finally, you have a number 3. So, Carol, tell us the story about these 4 pictures. You have to create create some relationships among all these pictures in order for you to create story. Go ahead, Carol. What can you say? What can you tell us about these 4 pictures? Carol.
About Chicago.
All of the pictures. You are going to tell a story about all the 4 pictures. As Jimmy says, I don't know if you want to continue the Jimmy's story.
Okay, I want to continue with Jimmy's story.
Or if you want to create a completely different one.
Okay, teacher, I showed at a other picture, or I can say with the 3 pictures.
With all the 3 pictures previously shared, and then the new one, the number 3. You have to
Okay,
take into account all the pictures.
okay. After later years, they decide live in Chicago because Chicago offer new opportunities for there, and their sons study in Chicago, and they learn new language, and they had a new girl. She girl at she chore at home. She work at home, and he got at a factory. Their children grow out in Chicago, and they liked Chicago, but their family was another place. But but they feeling sad because she didn't share with their family, and she decide return to our city. So they will have three children. She had pregnant for other girl.
Okay, so number 3, according to Carol, is the 3rd child, no?
Their
Couple is going to have. The couple is going to have a 3rd child, and that's the number 3. Okay, good. Now, when you were talking, Carol, you say grow out. I understood grow out, but the correct one is grow up, no? Grow up when the children are growing up, no? For instance, the children are 5 years, then the children are 7 years. After that, the children are 8 years old. They are growing up. It means growing up, no? Crecer, growing up. Okay. Okay, good. So we have a long story about this couple with 2 children who who travel to Chicago, and then they stay there, Chicago, for some time. But they had some problems, some issues there, and they come back to have their 3rd child. Okay, and the last one, the last picture. So this is the last picture. Now is this the last picture? So we have here, you see, oh my gosh, this one, this. So we have here 3, 4, 5 pictures. The couple, the children, the city of Chicago, and the bean. Number 3, and another picture. This picture means that dogs are not allowed, no? This advertisement means that the dogs are not permitted or not allowed, okay? So you are going to finish, Kiara, the story. You have heard the stories, the Jimmy's stories and the Carol story, and you're going to try to finish that story. What happened with the couple? What happened with the 3 children? Because now they are 3 children. What happened with Chicago? And finally, what all of these have to be, what is the relation with the dogs? Okay, Kiara, go ahead and finish the story.
Okay. So when they got returned to their country again with their children, and when their new kid or child coming up, they wanted to do everything better to improve things in life. They wanted to put some goals in their house because they want that their children could grow up in a good place. So they wanted to take care of the health of their children. They wanted to take care of their family in general in all the aspects of their lives. So they don't want. They decided to put a rule in their house that is it's forbid dogs in their house because it's children are allergic to dogs. So they wanted to take care of them, and they want to make sure that they will be good. So they are not going to boil dogs anymore.
Oh,
The story finished.
okay, so the relationship between the advertisement that advice about the
To take care of their family, basically.
the forbidden dogs at home is because the children are allergic to animals, to dogs, no? So that's the relationship. Okay, good. This was a good exercise. When we are telling stories, it's very common to use simple past, no? It's common to use simple past, no? Worked, traveled, bought, talked. It's very common to use the simple past of the verbs, no? It's important to take into account this. For instance, the couple got married, okay? The wedding was in, no? And the children played on the beach, okay? They traveled to Chicago. They had 3 children. It's very common to use simple past or past simple. You can say in English, simple past or past simple. Both are correct. However, we can mix the tenses, no? The tenses. For instance, you are using simple past and you change to present and you change to future, no? It's very common and you have to be very careful with that, no? Because it's the same in Spanish, no? You are, at one moment you are speaking in present, in another moment you are speaking in past, in another moment you are speaking in future, but you have to be very careful with that. When you are talking about past, you have to use the verbs in past. When you are talking about in present, you have to use the verbs in present. So for instance, you are not going to say work it. No, you are going to say work, no? And the common times are those present, for instance, work, work it, and in future, you can say will work, no? That's how we combine 3 times. Work, present, work it, past, and future will work, okay? There are other ways to say that. For instance, you can say instead of will work, you can say going to work, no? Future. But you have to start to use all the tenses at the same time. Not only past, not only present, not only future. You have to mix them, no? You have to mix them because when you are talking, you use all the tenses, all the tenses. No tenemos que solamente utilizar cuando nosotros, when we teach as teachers, when we teach, cuando nosotros enseñamos como profesores, enseñamos pasado simple, solo pasado, presente simple, solo presente, futuro, solo futuro. But in real life, in real language, we use all the tenses. We use all the tenses. Maybe we start in present, we go to the past, and we talk about the future. No? For instance, the couple got married. They traveled to Chicago. They are going to have a third baby. Okay? They are going to have the third baby. So that's future. No? That's future. They are going to have a third baby. The dogs are not allowed or are forbidden. You can say both of them. Are not allowed or are forbidden is the same. Okay? When we say are not allowed, no son permitidos. When we say are forbidden, son prohibidos. No? Remember that you can say the same meaning with different words. No? Sometimes when we can find the precise word, the exact word that we need, we can use other ways to say that, ¿no? Muchas veces cuando estamos hablando en inglés, en el momento de hablar, se nos olvida una palabra, no recordamos cómo decir algo. Entonces tenemos que rápidamente cambiar, ¿no? Es el ejemplo con esto. Nosotros nos acordamos de la palabra allow, del verbo que es permitir. Entonces, ahí nos acordamos del verbo permitir, entonces la podemos hacer con permitir. The dogs are not allowed. Los perros no son permitidos. But we don't remember how to say permitidos in English. So we have to change our mind and we have to say the same meaning with different words. Entonces tenemos que buscar otras palabras para decir lo mismo. Es como lo hizo Kiara ahí. Es the dogs are forbidden. Los perros son o están prohibidos, ¿sí? Estamos diciendo exactamente lo mismo. Entonces, muchas veces no podemos quedar ahí que no nos acordamos una palabra, entonces quedamos como cortados ahí que no podemos decir todo o no podemos expresar lo que queremos decir. No, we have to think and we have to change our mind and to try to say the same with other words, no? The same meaning with other words. Okay, guys, so that was a good exercise. You were speaking, and that's the idea of these spaces, to try to speak. This week we had 2 sessions. On Tuesday, we had the opportunity to talk with a student who is in Canada, and she was sharing some information about that. And today we have Jimmy, we have Carol and Kiara, and you are trying to speak. So this was a good session. You are invited to next week. Remember, you can be here on Tuesday at 11 a.m. or on Thursday at 7 p.m. Those are the 2 meetings we are having this period. We are going to have these 2 meetings along the term, along the period, academic period. So that was a pleasure. It was good to listen to you and see you, if you can, next Tuesday or next Thursday. Okay, guys? Bye-bye and have a good night.
Teacher, thank you.
Okay, teacher, see you.
Okay, see you guys. Have a good night.